Hi guys, welcome to this short video about the question what I think are the three most important key features which are missing in the Kapwing video editor. As you maybe know, I'm using the Kapwing video editor since about 6 months, half a year or so. And I mean, I'm not saying it's really bad. I still love it. It has some really nice features, but there are three things which are really missing here, unfortunately. Three things which a lot of even very simple cheap video editors have, and Kapwing still doesn't have them, and this really hurts me quite a lot. I don't understand why these features are missing. I mean, there are quite some features missing, but these three things hurt me a lot because, again, most video editors have them and it shouldn't be too difficult to implement. I mean, I'm not a programmer here on this video editor, but for me it doesn't look too crazy. So let's start with the number one, and that's a transition, automatic transition, which we can achieve in many video editors by just grabbing one video clip and moving this to the side, something like that. You can see this is now overlapping, and I would say with a lot of video editors, even very simple one like Cyberlink Power Director, you can just release it like that and it will create a very basic transition. I think you can even define what it is. The huge benefit what it has would be when you have some jump cutting. As long as you don't show people and faces, then that's usually not a problem. But when you do like selfie shooting here like that, then it hurts a lot when you have these jump cuts. And with such easy transitions you can work around or like a little bit reduce the effect. And the second thing what it can help when you can do a quick transition is that you can eliminate some cracking noise. Even very good video editors sometimes produce a cracking noise when you cut here, and when you do just a little bit of a transition, then usually such cracking noise will be eliminated. This is even something which professional video editors recommend to do. Always do a little bit of a transition, and here I mean we have transition possibilities, but it's very complicated, doesn't have a lot of options. You basically have just these options. The only thing which you can do, you can mark something and then hit fade, and then this is what's going to happen. Of course, not what we want. This is like a fade in. I mean, there are really nice things like even morph. Can see that here the idea is pretty cool, morph, but of course it looks really bad like that. If it would be like a really sophisticated morph, that would be awesome, but it's not a really good one. It looks really ugly. So I think there is no real good transition, and you cannot configure how long it is, all these things. Yeah, definitely a big problem, the lack of an easy transition. Then the second thing is the noise reduction. Probably you know already when you're following my channel that I'm experimenting a lot with noise reduction. I have already made some videos about that, but I still haven't found the best way to do that, and here we definitely don't have a good option here directly in the Kapwing video editor. I mean, we can mark something and then we can click on clean audio, and it says clean audio intelligently removes background noise, correct loudness, and helps with popping sounds. And the idea is pretty good. You can click on that. It even runs in the background while you can keep editing. That's the good thing. And I think it will even affect the whole thing. Even when you mark just one item here, one clip, it will affect the whole thing here. I mean, this is basically just one video source here, and as far as I remember it will affect everything. But the really bad thing is there is absolutely no adjustment possible, and the effect is usually way too harsh. So after this process is finished, you usually can definitely hear that it doesn't sound very well. It's not something which you usually want to publish on YouTube or any other big platform. I mean, you can use that. I have already published such videos, but I never had a good feeling about that because I expected always really bad feedback. It has never happened, but at the moment I'm definitely not going to do that. So sometimes I finish the whole project, export it as an MP3, go to another platform or use another editing tool or like noise removing tool, and then take the output again, reduce the audio here and add a whole new audio track here. This is super cumbersome and shouldn't be necessary because it should be pretty easy to have good audio cleaning. Even in simple programs like Cyberlink Power Director, which you can buy for below $100, there is a very good audio cleaning, a really nice one where you can clean like AC sound out of it and almost nobody will hear that something has changed, just the noise is gone. Yeah, I think it's finished now. I can play that. Keep this thing to put it back after that. Yeah, you can hear that. I mean, it's not really bad, but it's also not good, and maybe it's not finished. I don't know why it's activated, because it was cleaned. Yeah, probably. Okay, so anyway, not really satisfying at the moment. I had the impression that it has improved a little bit, but not really satisfying at the moment. I think, yeah, I can remove that and then the cleaning effect is gone. But now number 3, and that's also something which hurts me a lot. I mean, for an online video editor, it has a remarkable huge amount of options. Unfortunately, lately they changed a little bit the UI, and instead of hiding some options, they are showing almost all of them now, and sometimes you have to scroll a lot. I wished they would go back to the old UI, but still you have a lot of editing options, you have a lot of effects, transitions, timing, especially the editing. For an online video editor, again, it has a lot, but the problem is most of these options are disappearing when you want to apply this for more than just one clip. You can see I have marked one here. I press shift and click here again, and then watch this area, what's going to happen. Boom, the amount of options is extremely reduced. I would say 2/3 of the options have disappeared, and it's not just like they have disappeared because logically it's not possible to apply them. No, it's just that they haven't implemented that. I mean, I'm super happy that we still have the zoom, corners, volume. These are a couple of good important things which we still have. We even have the speed adjustment. Okay, that's maybe almost number 4, which hurts me a lot because it can only be sped up 4 times, 4x. Yeah, that's very low for a video editor, but it's actually not the point here. The point is really the limited amount when I activate 2 or more clips for some action, for some editing. You can really see how few options we have now compared to here, all the nice options which we have here. And one of the things which I use a lot is this, to put the clips to the front or to the back, like the layer. I mean, a lot of video editors, or I would say most of the video editors, are using these tracks here to put something in the front or in the back. I don't know why they don't have it. So the only way what we have here is to use this function here, and unfortunately when I mark more than one clip, these layer functions are removed. This is absolutely crazy. You can see that again here. I'm doing, layers are gone. I can just duplicate and everything else is gone. Imagine I have many things. I just had this recently that I wanted to mark all the clips here. I had about 30 clips. I wanted to move them all to the back and it was not possible, so I had to click on every item, scroll down and click then to the front, go to the next one, and sometimes it's super difficult to grab one, especially when we have this marker here. Then we have to mark this one, go down, then move it, go to the next one, go down, move it. So this took me about 20 minutes to move, just move these layers to front or to the back. So this is also something which really hurts me, and of course other video editors. And yeah, I don't know if somebody was interested in this video except from maybe Kapwing itself, the programmers, or like a CEO or whatsoever. I have really no clue. Or maybe you were looking into finding a new video editor for you, maybe an AI video editor, good, fast online video editor. I mean, they have really improved the speed a lot during the last 6 months. I love this. Before we had so many lags, it was absolutely crazy. Sometimes over hours you couldn't really do anything. Now these problems have a little bit disappeared, luckily. So I think they are still trying to improve some things, but it's a very slow process. And the biggest problem, I think, they are not listening to users or not listening to me, just ignoring me when I come up with some suggestions or report about real problems. The first line of defense is always they are saying, yeah, the problem is on my side or whatsoever. This is also very frustrating, something they really have to work on the support. I mean, usually they are friendly in the support, but it's basically useless to report an error to their support. Probably they are just dumping these things into a trash bin. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit sad. I mean, the whole thing has huge potential. I mean, it's not bad, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think even at this state, this video editor is the most efficient video editor, or the video editor which allows me to edit most efficient of all of the video editors I know, and I've tested a lot, so I'm still good at the moment, but it could be even much better. Also, another thing, when I have marked a couple of the clips, then usually what happens, I would say probably with 99% of the programs on the planet, when you click then on one item, it would automatically deselect the other ones. You can see what happens here does not happen. This would help also a lot, and I think I have already reported that, and they are not doing that. Can't be so difficult. Also, when you cut a clip, it would be really nice if the clip on the left side would be just marked, and then you could hit the delete button to delete it. As long as you don't have anything marked, it will work. But watch what happens when you have previously marked this clip here, and we are here, and I'm clicking on cutting, then still this thing is marked, and nobody on the planet would, after cutting here, still want to delete this one here. Of course, everybody wants to delete either this one or this one, usually the smaller part, but they leave this one marked here. I have no clue why that is. It is beyond imagination what they are thinking. Some things are really super weird, but maybe it's based on some very old code which they are using. I think they are using some old code, editing code, which they are building on. Yeah, I'm stopping to complain. I just wanted to focus mainly on these three things. It would be also really interesting to learn from you what your major complaints are if you are already using Kapwing, and what you think about these key problems which I have been mentioning here. If you think that would also be a problem for you, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, see you next time.